Welcome to the Workshop Therapy Podcast. I'm your host, Andrew, and for today's 5 Minute Monday, I just wanted to talk a little bit about the difference between mental health and mental illness. So often those two words are used interchangeably, but they're actually two separate concepts. So mental health refers to your cognitive capacity, your ability to deal with situations, like your general mental well-being, I guess, is a good way to refer to it. How happy you feel, how motivated you feel, how engaged you are in your day-to-day activities of your life. Mental illness refers more to a diagnosable mental problem like depression, like anxiety, like schizophrenia, for example. Mental health goes up and down with your life experiences. You can have positive mental health because of success in a project or learning a new skill. That could increase your mental health. And then something upsetting could happen. Some idiot cuts you off in traffic. That could negatively affect your mental health. But that doesn't mean that you have mental illness. You could also have something more dramatic happen to you with mental health. And for example, a loss of a loved one or, a major car accident or financial disability problem. But that doesn't mean that you're going to have a mental illness as a result. It just means that you're going to have a decrease in your mental health, your mental well-being at the time. Another way to think about it is perhaps resilience. Your mental resilience is kind of like your mental spring. It has a certain amount of flexibility and ability to absorb impact. Sometimes over time, those springs can become broken, and that's where mental illness becomes a thing. But as a spring, your mental health can, sometimes lose some flexibility. Sometimes it can be a little bit more springy. It can be reloaded, you know. I guess maybe springs aren't the perfect example here, but I'm sure you get what I mean. Mental illness, on the other hand, is something that is impairing your ability to do things. Depression is a great example. I've referred to depression before as one of those silent disabilities. 1 in 4 people in North America are currently suffering or will be soon suffering from some sort of major depression. And that can limit your ability to feel a desire to go out into the shop to work on your artistic endeavor. It can impair your ability to go to work. It can sap your energy for any life enjoyment. And that's where the difference between mental health and mental illness exists. Mental health is just kind of your general day-to-day state. Mental illness is a problem. It's something that is negatively impacting your mental health to the point where it's becoming a disability of some sort. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out and email me via Workshop Therapy Podcast. Correction, not via Workshop Therapy Podcast, by questions at workshoptherapypodcast.com. And I'll be happy to try my best to answer them. And remember, right now, the mental health thing is more of my current direction of my education. I am a qualified expert when it comes to physical health issues. And so if you do have some issues with repetitive stress injuries, shoulder problems, low back pain, knee pains, all those aches and pains, physical wellness, feel free to let those be questions as well. And I'll do my best to answer them via this context.
So if you found anything from this episode to be helpful and you want to reinforce it for yourself, I'd like to invite you to share it with a friend in the next 24 hours. That'll help reinforce it in your mind and it'll help those around you, which is always a good thing. So thanks again for listening, and now I'd like to say thank you to all the amazing patrons of the Workshop Therapy Podcast. You guys make the show possible. If you're finding the show helpful and you want to support it, there are a few tiers, including a simple $1 a month option to just say thanks. For $5 a month, you can get access to the patrons only feed that has a pre-show and a post-show, in addition to the regular podcast all in one feed. You all know that the good stuff happens after the official mics are off, right? If you can't support financially, I totally understand, but I'd love it if you left a 5-star review or told a friend about the podcast. If you have any questions or feedback, I'd love to hear that as well. Send it to questions@workshoptherapypodcast.com and I'll get it on the show. I want to say thank you to all the patrons of the Workshop Therapy Podcast, but especially to the founding fathers, and they are Mr. Matthew Serio from Argiano Serio, Mr. Brad Harrison of Brad's Customs, Mr. Keith Drennan of Blackthorn Concepts, Mr. Eric Peterson of Overall Maker Works, Mr. Brandon Millichamp of Tectonic Creations, and the one and only the Grant Alexander. So a special thank you to the founding fathers, and thank you to everybody who supports and shares the Workshop Therapy Podcast.